So WWE set up a couple matches for Saturday Night Main Event in Montreal. We got a couple matches to talk about, a couple segments. Cody Rhodes making an announcement. And yeah, before we get to that video, like and subscribe, and let's get to it. Alright, so first things first, they do a recap on last week's SmackDown with Drew winning the title. Of course, Drew comes out, he has a special entrance, and he gets into the ring. Gotta get a look at my notes. He says he prayed for this. Like we said last time, something, I forgot what happened last time that he said the same thing. He said, I prayed for, oh, it was the CM Punk injury. Yeah. He said he prayed for it and it happened. So it's the same line he brought back. He prayed for it and it happened. He prayed for this to happen, and the crowd is going crazy for him. Oh, Drew McIntyre. You know, they love him in the UK, of course. But we love him over here too. But yeah, they're going crazy for Drew. But then after all of that, playing a babyface for that smidge couple minutes, he goes, screw everyone. So yeah, he says screw everyone. And then Randy Orton comes out. And then Randy Orton goes, yeah, everyone knows here that you and me doesn't like each other, you know. Lets them know, you know, he's going after that title, you know, like everyone else has been saying to Drew throughout the night. Then Jacob comes out, and it's just like, see, this is so much interesting now that there's so many people now who can challenge for this title. It's no more one guy or two guys. No, it's like multiple people. You have so many storylines all intertwined into one, all surrounding this title that everybody wants to fight for. And I love it. Where was this? Where was this for months? Again, they have a new creative team. Thank God they do. So, you know, everything has changed. The main event for WrestleMania has changed. Everything has changed. And perfect. I love it. I love it. I love the idea that, you know, they made the decision with changing the title. But, you know, if those of you that don't know, Cody was a part of that. He wanted to make a change. Felt like it needed to happen, and it happened. So kudos to Cody. He knows the business. So yeah. Moving on. So Jacob goes to attack Drew, and Drew's just like, no. But then, you know, he start hitting him. They go outside. For a second, Drew looks like he's gonna escape. Jacob grabs him, and then no, he ends up running away. So we end that right there, and Randy's just like watching, and then he's laughing, and all of a sudden the Miz just comes out of nowhere. Skull crushing finale before the match happens. And then we get to that match, and look, we've seen this before. No shade on the Miz, but it's the Miz. He hasn't won a singles match in like how long? And we kind of knew how this was going to go. For him to even get this opportunity was just like shocking. But I guess they just needed someone for Randy to face. And the way they told the story for like, 2 weeks already made sense. So I guess so. Hey, it is what it is. Look, Randy's in it. So it's all good. He wins with a RKO. 1, 2, 3. He's in. So then we get a backstage segment with Dragunov, with Drew, just like, I guess he escaped Jacob, and he confronts him, telling him he's going after the title. Again, another person who's telling Drew, I'm coming after your title. Then we get a video package of the YS6. I don't know. It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. So I believe he said, you think you stole a light? The lantern was never a weapon. It keeps the darkness within us, but it will return to us. I think that's what he said. I mean, he was saying some things, and I was just sitting there listening like, God, I love Bray Wyatt, and I love Bo Dallas, but Jesus Christ, the way you guys say things, I sit there and just go, huh? But it's all right. Hey, look, I kind of got the message. I kind of got it, but at the same time, I'm just like, you're talking in riddles, man. But okay. Anyway, moving on. We get another backstage segment. Alexa asks Charlotte, was she actually sick? So I guess they're kind of teasing stuff now between those two. And Charlotte goes, no, I was really sick. I was, I think she goes, or actual, and then Charlotte goes, no, It's just like the way for her to even actually just, play it out for her was just hilarious to me. I don't know. I'm an idiot. But yeah, so then she goes, you have my back. Charlotte goes, of course. Fist bump. She walks out of the frame. And here comes Nia and Lash. They're trying to stir the pot between the two. Oh, they're just, I was her friend once, and I see what you're doing, Nia. It's not cool. But yeah, she's just trying to stir the pot. And Charlotte's just like, hey, bug off. Like, you can come at me again and I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. So yeah, then we have the match with Giulia and Kiana James versus Alexa and Charlotte. Look, it was just a basic tag team match. Nothing fancy, nothing, oh my god, But yeah, back and forth, and we get to the finish. Pretty good tag team between the two, Charlotte was in the ropes and Alexa just did the behind tag. It's blind. So Kiana didn't know. She grabs her for the Sister Abigail. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Post match, Nia hits Giulia from behind. Or she throws her into the apron. Whichever one it was. And she gets in the ring. At one point, Charlotte was standing there. And she watched. Am I the only one who saw this? She literally just stood there and watched Lash just punch Alexa. Just boo. And she just watched it go down. And then she attempts to grab her. And it was just so it was so funny. The way it looked. It was like Charlotte just watched it. Okay, now I'm going to grab you. Like what? Anyway, then Nia grabs her and she throws her into the turnbuckle. And they're celebrating. They're laughing, and then Giulia steps up. Good for her. She stood up for herself, and she didn't like that. And then Nia's just laughing, and it's just like, what do you know? She's the bully. What are you gonna do? And then Kiana tries to back off Giulia. No, good for her, because they've been booking her weird. I don't know what's the thing with Giulia that they can't book her right. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing a little bit something different with her now. Now that there's a new creative team. Definitely Stephanie Vaquer has been booked way better. And it's so sad that where Stephanie is, Giulia should be. And it's unfortunate, but hopefully they can fix Giulia. Fix Giulia, and let's keep this going, man. Giulia needs a right contender, a nice story with this title. She has done nothing. The US title has been nothing. Let's do something with the title, because it's just there. And now she's doing tag team stuff. So it's just like, okay, let's get this out the way, but let's at least do something with the US title, please. Anyway, then we get a video package with Solo responding to the message earlier from the Y6. He's going to hold on to the lantern. He's going to use it as his, I don't know, like a good luck charm, I guess. And, he said he's going to be there with me when I win this match. And tells the Y6, hey, put those tag team titles on the line. So we're basically just gonna, that's probably just, let's do this for the last time. So let's see what happens with the MFTs and the Y6. Hopefully that's the blow off right there. I think this is next week they're doing this match. So do what you want to do. But if the Y6 retain, cool. If the MFTs win, cool. I'm a little between the two. But they just need to hit it up a little bit more and let's just end this. Next week, let's just have let's just have them take the lantern back. Okay, you're telling a little story with the lantern. Get it back. I don't want to spoil what happens later on, but yeah, we'll get to that later on. Anyway, then we get a Cody segment in the ring. fans are, it was like they were cheering him when he came out. Well, then he gets in the ring, boo. It's just like, what? What happened? It was just 2.5. But so anyway, Cody says, I lost. I don't know if it's because of Drew's skills or something along the lines like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. And people cheered. And I was just like, okay. They're letting Cody have it here. And then he says, I wasn't just a champion, I was a champion for the people. They boo that. And it's just like, you got some cheers there too, but it's just like, it's very mixed. And for people to say, oh, this is the time to turn them heel. No, this is a UK crowd. Let's be honest here. UK crowds are going to do that. They don't care who you are. They're going to boo you if they don't like you. They're going to cheer you if they like you. Or they're just going to favor the other one more, which Drew in this case, they favor more. They like Cody, but they favor, Drew more. Let's be honest. But, so yeah, then he talks about he's going to do it the old fashioned way. Good. No rematch. He's going to enter the Royal Rumble. He mentioned Shawn, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold. And out of those three, he says Stone Cold was the only one who did it 3 times. Well, let's see if he does it 3 times. I doubt it. It should be someone else. Maybe I'll make a video about that. Like, who should win the Royal Rumble? Hey, let me know in the comments down below if I should make that video. But yeah, moving on. Then we get a Kathy Kelly interview with Matt Cardona. Says he's back to be champion. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we get we got Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona. And Jesus, did they go for that reaction for Trick Williams was amazing. Like, it was loud. They were behind Trick. The whoop that Trick chant was amazing. It just made him look like a superstar. They made him look so good. So for whoever who doesn't know him and they watched that episode, they were like, who is this guy? We like him now too, So they made him, and I hope it continues down the line in other shows that they chant that and they keep chanting for Trick. Trick is an amazing heel. But when he turns babyface, oh my goodness, he is going to be a mega star. He's a star right now. He was already a star in NXT. He made himself like he was up there. For people who don't watch NXT, please watch NXT. All these young people you're seeing, and some of the people that's already been in the business for a while, but they go to NXT first, and you're just getting that. Please watch NXT. NXT, it's not like what it was when Triple H was there, but it's still good. It still has good characters. The matches sometimes here and there, because there's a lot of green people on that show. But it's still good. It's still a good show. It's the up-and-comers coming up. But, yeah, Trick Williams is amazing. I've been watching Trick Williams when he was just Carmelo's, I don't even know how to put it. He was just like his lackey. And then he started doing things with him, tag teaming him, and then he started doing his own thing. I watched Trick come up, like, literally, even on the first scene when Carmelo introduced him as his childhood friend, and he came in. I've been watching Trick for that long, and for the years I've been watching Trick, this guy has grown so fast. Like, he has the character down. He's so good. But for those of you who didn't watch The Rise, it is what it is, but you're watching him now. Like, that's what's good now. But I watched this man grow as a superstar, and he's really good. I've been a Trick fan for a long time. But yeah, Trick Williams wins. Again, not a very, amazing match, but it's solid. It got to the point. Trick wins with the trick shot. 1, 2, 3. I feel bad for Matt Cardona, but at least he's in the title picture where he wants the title. So hopefully this is not the end for him, and he'll get back in that scene soon. But yeah, it was a good match. Not an amazing match, but it's Trick Williams. I'm sorry, obviously he was booked from the beginning to win this match, and people preferred him anyway, which kind of sucks for Matt Cardona because I met Matt Cardona in person. I don't know. I've said this before in other videos. He's such a nice guy. Actually spoke to him, and I saw him at Comic-Con. Yeah, he's so cool. Such a nice guy. But hopefully in the future they do something with Matt Cardona, man, because I don't want him to be a waste again, like how he was as Zack Ryder. But at least he's in the title picture. He was in this, mini tournament thing. So that's a plus right there. Because before he couldn't even sniff a title, a world title, should I say? And if he doesn't even get to the world title scene yet, put him in the U.S. title. For now, mid card. I know it's like a step back, but if you're not gonna put him in the world title scene, at least keep him around that world. The main event scene. Keep him fighting people who's in that, so that maybe later on, when you want to make that decision, maybe you make Matt Cardona a champion soon. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm glad he's in position anyway. Just to say. But all right, then we go to a backstage segment with Damian Priest. He says he knows that the MFTs are going to be out there with Solo, but whatever it takes to win, he's going to do it. So, okay, so moving on. Oh, sorry. So before this segment, I literally skipped something. When Trick won, Kit Wilson comes out. I literally forgot this. Kit Wilson comes out to a major pop. They love Kit Wilson. And when he came out, Trick Williams was looking at him up and down like what the hell is this? So, he keeps walking and then he looks at Matt and just keeps walking, but then he hits Matt Cardona. Again, it's like, what are we doing? And he throws him into the thing. But at least now, he's got his lick back with him. He didn't, because I think when he debuted it, yes, it was with Matt Cardona. If I'm not wrong, yes, it had to be Mark Cardona. I'm pretty sure it was Matt Cardona. So he attacked him. You hear way better in the commentary saying, "Oh, he's the toxicity. We're doing this thing with the toxic stuff." So then he gets in the ring, and he talks about the toxicity again, and that this guy just makes me laugh. I'm chuckling because it's just like Kid Wilson. He's hilarious. Says, there's a problem here, the toxicity and all this. Then all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu turns up behind him, and it was like, oh, this man is going to kill him. He turns around and Jacob just wallows him. Then he hits him with that suplex. Yeah, goodbye, Kit Wilson. Then Jacob, he gets into the mic and he talks about Cody Rhodes. He says, get your ass out here. That you talking about me, get your ass out here. So then Cody Rhodes music hits. He gets into the ring, they brawl. Security has to break them up. And they made it official afterwards that Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu will be fighting in Saturday Night Main Event next Saturday. So let's see what they do there. I don't know who wins. I don't know if Jacob just came back. He hasn't had a match yet. That should be interesting. What if Jacob wins and now Cody Rhodes has lost 2 big matches in a row like that? And then him going to the Royal Rumble and then he attempts to win but then loses there too. This could be a nice story to tell with Cody Rhodes. Because they said they're going with a new character change with him, which we kind of saw already earlier when I was talking about with his character, but not a heel turn. A heel turn is earned, and if other cities start to boo him, then you make that decision. But right now, it's a UK crowd, so it is what it is. Moving on, then we get the Solo versus Damian match. Of course, like I said, MFTs, they were gonna interfere. We knew this. Tala Tonga gets Tala, right? Tala Tonga. He gets caught. He gets ejected. The other 3 are still there. Then all of a sudden the lights goes out. And the Y6 are right behind the MFTs, and they're just like looking around, and then they're just standing over them on the table, and then they turn around, boom, they start brawling, and then some of them disappear somewhere else. You know, they're all scattered everywhere. Nikki Cross is just screaming, and then we get Howdy, and he grabs it, but I think it was Tonga that hits him, so he didn't get to, for that slight second he had it. Then Solo grabs it, gets into the ring with it. And he's like it's like he's using it as his good luck charm. I don't know, but then it doesn't work out for him. He turns around. Damian Priest hits him with the move, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. The South of Heaven, right? Yeah, there we go. Hits him with the South of Heaven. Boom, done. 1, 2, 3. And Cody, Howdy gets in the ring. He grabs the lantern, and he had it for like a few seconds, and then Tonga comes in and just blasts him. That's it, and it's back in the possession of Solo. So yeah, hopefully next week they do this thing where they get the match out of the way. Whoever wins, whatever. Hopefully it's the Y6, and if it is the MFT, let's do something with them just getting the lantern back. Let's just get that lantern back, because I feel like they're gonna continue this thing, and it won't be nice for everybody. We're just gonna sit here and just go, I don't want to drag this down, but it is whatever to me. This MFT and Y6 thing. But yeah, moving on. Then we get to Sami Zayn backstage. Drew confronts him, and of course reminds him he hasn't beaten him. He's 11-0. It's kind of crazy that Drew has won every match, and Cody again. I mentioned Cody. Why is Cody in my head so much? Sami has not won one match against this guy, and it's like crazy to me. But that's why I think with I don't want to spoil it for what's gonna go on later, but I kind of want this to go to the Royal Rumble with these two for reasons. Saudi Arabia, they love them over there, so let's see what happens. But so yeah, Drew tells him, nothing's gonna change, because again, he won 11 times. So, but okay, let's move on. So this match right here, so fun, mellow, right? And it was a lot of stories out there saying that this particular person was gonna be in the tour with WWE, and now we do now know that WWE didn't just snatch him away from TNA. It was due to visa issues. So it's like, don't look at WWE now like they're just grabbing TNA people and it's like, nah, you can't do something with him because we want him. It was for a legit reason. But hey, if they can't use him, we're gonna use him. So they got that partnership. So yeah, Leon Slater comes out, and UK boy. So yeah, this match was so good. Oh my god, Melo versus Leon Slater. Let's do another match again with these two for that. Oh man, maybe we could do a US title change later down the line. But my goodness, that was a good match between those two. They were going off, and the move sets were ridiculous. But in the end, Carmelo, he had him on the top rope, and he hit him with a massive cutter from the top rope. So that's becoming like a second finisher for him, which is like cool. So it's no longer just what was it called again? Melo don't miss, or I literally forgot Melo's move. That's insane. I forgot Melo's move. But yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. And he has the cutter now, massive cutter, and yeah, it took him out. 1, 2, 3. Melo wins. But moving on. Another backstage segment. Jesus, these backstage segments, they're not like NXT, but they're a lot too. So we get after the match, we get Shinsuke again watching over what's going on with the US title, and Tonga comes through and he goes, "Hey, stay away from the title, get out of my way." you've had your chance, and because he's gonna go after that title soon. And then Shinsuke says something again to him in Japanese, and it just has Tama thinking, what is he saying to him? I don't know what he's saying to him, but it's having Tama thinking so much. So they definitely have a history back in Japan, but like I never seen that history, so I don't know. But whatever's going on, it's interesting. They're doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Then we just jump real quick to Johnny with the mask, and then he sees Axiom. He's talking to him. He's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that bag." And then another Axiom just pops up, and he's just like, he's by himself with this, and then he gets punched in the face, and he gets punched in the face, and it's Nathan Frazier, and he's telling him, "Yeah, you're gonna have a match, and we're gonna get that mask back." And it's just like, at this point now, it's like it's bullying Johnny, but even though Johnny did start this whole thing, but now they're ganging up on him. There's no Tommaso. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Are they gonna pull a, haha, got you, Tommaso stays, or is this really gonna end with this mask thing? I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's see what happens. So then we move on to a Obafemi video package. Okay, we get a video package. So I'm pretty sure he's going to Raw. They said he's going to Raw, but they're just playing these video packages from SmackDown to Raw, SmackDown to Raw, SmackDown to Raw. So he's going to go to Raw, though. I guess they're just hyping him up, showing people, hey, this guy's coming. It's like Thanos coming, or like Darkseid, you know? Then we move on to Chelsea Green versus Jordynne Grace. Of course, Alba Fire, she interferes in this match. So it was kind of like a squash match, but wasn't a squash match. But it was just for, let's keep it moving, The real thing happened after the match was she gets to the mic, and then she talks to Jade. She challenges her, and then she gets onto the apron, and then all of a sudden you can hear Chelsea Green just screaming, charging, and then Jordynne gets out the way and hits Jade, and she just boom in the floor, and then you just see Chelsea on the floor. She's so afraid. Jade's going to kill her. She's gonna kill her. Yeah. So Jordynne picks up the title, and I just hit my mic. She picks up the title, and she just held it high, and then then you see she throws it back to Jade, and Jade's like, all right, So we don't know when we're gonna get this match. They haven't really said when this match is happening, but I'm pretty sure this is just a quick little match for Jade to have against her, and then I'm pretty sure Bianca Belair will be showing up soon in the Royal Rumble. I will say they'll bring her back, and I think that's gonna be Jade's opponent. But for now, they're trying to do something with her title because she hasn't even defended it not once, I think. So I guess doing it with Jordynne is like, okay, let's do this with Jordynne. She's not gonna win. But then what do we do with Jordynne after that? Maybe she goes after the US title? Let's see. But yeah, I guess this is a roadblock for Jade until Bianca comes. But let's see what happens there. Then we get a Trick Williams backstage segment, or interview, sorry, and he says he's the future world champion, and Damian just comes in and he challenges him, and they're gonna have a match next week, so before the fatal 4-way match. And I'm like, okay, that should be a good one. Now let's hit to the main event. So Dragunov. I feel like out of everyone, Sami had the hardest match out of everyone. I mean, you could put Damian there second because Solo had the MFTs, but this match was hard hitting with Dragunov, as it always is. And at one point, Dragunov was bleeding, and I forgot how it happened. But yeah, this is second time in a row in a match he's bleeding. He's become the next Jon Moxley. He's just bleeding. This man is obsessed with bleeding, and yeah, his style is just very, very just hard hitting. And there was one point where Sami he was in the turnbuckle right on one corner, and Dragunov was running to one corner, and then Sami's right behind him, and Dragunov just moves, and Sami hits the turnbuckle. And it's just like, okay, that's great ring awareness. There's just so many cool spots between these two. But then we get to the finish, and Sami hits him with the hula kick. 1, 2, 3. He wins. And then, not over yet, Trick Williams comes in, blasts him with a trick kick, and boom. Trick knee. God darn it. The trick shot. There we go. We got to get this right. And we end with Trick Williams standing tall. So, yeah, a lot of things going on in the show. Like, again, they're setting things up. Definitely fresh of air with all these moving pieces they're doing with the creative team, the new creative team. So, yeah, Trick Williams is a massive star. They're putting a lot of focus on him. And we're going to get this match with Damian and him next Friday. And then we're going to get this Fatal 4-Way. Again, I think Sami's going to win. And he's going to go to the Royal Rumble. That's what's going to happen. I feel like, why wouldn't you do that? It's Saudi Arabia, right? Either you have him in a Rumble and win it. And if you're not going to have him win it, just have him challenge Drew. He might not win it there either. But hey, crazier things has happened, right? I can imagine Sami winning that belt there, and the crowd's gonna go crazy. But yeah, that was SmackDown. That was a recap preview on it. Again, guys, like and subscribe if you like these videos. I'm getting a little better, adding some stuff in. I'm trying to be real, But yeah, like and subscribe. Catch me, J.Bullett, and other places. Catch me on TikTok. I'm starting to do funny videos on TikTok with doing with wrestling stuff. So you catch me on there, J.Bullett. I'll put it in the description box. I should have it there. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. And hey, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys like these videos. Let me know. Hey, if you want to see something else, just let me know. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.